this went on for a while. And when I would get up and leave the bedroom, and I thought it was just the bedroom, but it's not the bedroom. I went and prayed in the living room, and we would always pray in certain spots. But then I met my neighbor, the one that's right on the wall, like that wall. And he said, he goes, my wife is so-and-so, but she fights, she's really fighting depression, and she's, they're dealing with it. We're dealing with it clinically and everything. And I'm like, and I could feel that something was coming from that side of from that side of the house. So I started coming. Remember that? I started coming against it. I'm like, I break you in the name of Jesus. And I would feel like where I couldn't see this far into the future, and I could see far, and I'm like, I can't see anything, and I feel like overwhelmed. And I would fall asleep, and angels would be standing there smiling at me. And I would realize this is a battle. The angels are smiling, and all this wonderful stuff would happen because the angels were there. But if I only had peace when I was asleep, and I could see the angels, so we would come against that, and it went on for probably a year, maybe more. And finally, all of a sudden, one day, it was just gone. It never came back. And I looked out the window, and this woman who has never comes, he says she never leaves the house. She never comes out. She was out working in the flower garden, smiling. And we started seeing her. And it was that devil. And it wanted to pick a fight with me. And I'm telling you, I'm embarrassed to say it, but that they were real feelings. And if I would have accepted it, I'd be on medication right now. Yeah. I mean, that's how I feel about it. If I would have, just like with your children, if you would accept it, then it goes down this road, and it reinforces a cycle. And then you got to have the medicine, because the demon will come and enforce it. Now, not everything is a demon. There are chemical imbalances. There are things that happen in everybody's body that has to be balanced. And there are certain things that doctors can do to help that. But I have found that if I'm dealing with the physical and with the spiritual, that there are certain things that you can change in your diet that will change the cycle, and then the spiritual, if you deal with that stops the cycle. And all you have left is a mental thing that is a residual. And so anyway, the last thing that you need to do after you've done all that is, anytime you have that thought, and what the thought will turn into a feeling, because your brain tells your organs to excrete chemicals to amplify that situation. So if you feel fear, you will feel chemicals go into your body, because your brain just knows that you feel fear, so you might need to flee. If you would reroute yourself at the very moment you feel that, and go and do something, I actually have things that I think about that are fun, happy things that I think about, and I make myself laugh. We send funny pictures to each other, and just laughing. You can hear we're laughing on one side of the house, and we're yelling at each other. Hey, you do something, and but what it does, it reroutes that process so that your chemicals in your body don't get excreted from the thought of feeling depressed or these feelings that. But I thought that the story about what happened with our neighbor would be interesting, because you wouldn't think that I would ever feel down or anything. I mean, I don't have that kind of day. But when we moved here, I started to feel certain things at certain times, and I've just had to learn to grow out of it. And everybody has to learn how to get out of it, and stop thinking bad thoughts about people and rehashing what people have said and done, because in heaven none of those records exist. I mean, you're not going to be even looking for Ralph to slap him. Ralph might not even be there. But you wouldn't. In other words, like you love doesn't keep record of wrongs. There's a reason why that's said there, is because it's for your benefit that you can be able to walk away and forgive, because in heaven it's all taken care of anyway.